And so I really wanted to figure out, how do I acquire what I think is the skill of the century, the power to be indistractable. And indistractable is meant to sound like indestructible. I made up the word. And it's supposed to sound like a superpower, because I really do think it is, because there's no area of your life that is not affected by your ability to control your attention. That controlling your attention is how we eventually control our life. And I think today, the price of progress, I'm not a tech Luddite. I love technology. And I don't want to wind back to the clock to some mythical time before distraction existed. It has always existed. And I'd much rather live with the iPhone and with Google and with these amazing technologies. But I want to make sure that I can use them as opposed to them using me. And so what I did was try and solve the problem for myself. I've never been someone who has a lot of self-control or a lot of willpower. In fact, even saying those words kind of sends shivers down my spine, because I used to be clinically obese. And I remember that what my mom would tell me, have some self-control, just have some willpower, stop eating so much. And of course, that didn't help at all, right? It just made things worse, because I felt guilty about how much I was eating and what I was eating. And I think there's a real analog here for our digital distractions, that I think it's very easy to blame these things as causing our distraction. But even when we go on, digital fad diets, so to speak, I think right now it's very in vogue to go on digital detoxes, or to, declare that, you're somehow better than others because you don't use social media or whatever. And, these solutions aren't really practical for most people, just as saying, I'm never going to eat carbohydrates anymore is not really practical for people. And so we need to figure out how to live with these technologies and get the best of them so they don't get the best of us. And so the book is not specifically about tech distraction. It's about all distraction. But I think today, the reason this is so relevant, and I wrote the book, over the past 5 years, well before Corona, but now that we are in the middle of this crisis, I think the world has suddenly become even more distracting. And so I think people are even more eager to find solutions for, how can we stay on track? How can we do whatever it is we say we are going to do?